Hey guys, welcome back to the Vid-Bits. I'm Bray, and today we're going to be picking up where we left off in Dark Souls 3, and we're going to be doing some more Soul of Cinder. I really think we got it this time. I think I just needed to rest on it, to sleep. I actually, when I was laying down to go to bed, I found myself kind of seeing the pattern in my dreams a little bit, not gonna lie, so I feel like I've memorized the whole pattern almost in its entirety now, which has been a little bit more difficult for me to execute compared to Nameless King, which is not how it goes for everyone. Some people struggle more on Nameless King. Some people struggle more on Soul of Cinder. I think it's really based off of your playing style and what kind of weaponry you're using. But we're gonna get right into things. That's that 3-step one. Alright. I just need to sprint for that one a bit. So just dodge that. Yep. Get another hit in. Now he's stunned, and I can wail on him a bit more. Ooh, the DLC is downloading. I forgot about that. So I shout out to William. I actually did get some of the DLC, so that's what your contribution to the Vid-Bits was the other day. When you watched my stream when I fought Soul of Cinder the first time. I just am glad that I'm at that point where I feel a lot more confident. I'm less beat down. You know what I mean? Like, I was very beat down by the end of that 5-hour stream. And then subsequently to have Game of Day May still to yet be posted yesterday. It was a lot of stress, but ultimately I'm in a better place now, at a better perspective. And I'm just excited to get the satisfaction of completing this boss. Unfortunately, I got stuck on some of the destructible environment there, this stuff, when I was trying to avoid that blast, so I did take a little damage. Let's do some of this. I didn't dodge twice, so that was my fault. Alright. We're still warming up, guys. Still warming up. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. This is the sword that I beat Soul of Cinder with on my initial playthrough. So I'm assuming that I'm going to be in a more favorable position than that butcher's knife I was running. It really wasn't, I don't feel like it was benefiting me that much in the long run. Let's do the bundle. It's better burst damage. I shouldn't have tried to swing there. Or there. I lost my opening because of it, but I'm still, like I said, kind of putting the pattern together in my mind. I shouldn't have Estus. I should not have had that Estus. He kind of dictates the pace of this fight entirely too, which is not always the case with Dark Souls. I feel like sometimes you can dictate the pace of the fight, and you can like with Nameless King, you can almost proc him to hit again. In certain bosses, you can like force them into the next part and next series of their pattern, whereas Soul of Cinder is a little bit different. Soul of Cinder is a combination of all of the Lords of Cinder that we fought throughout this game, as well as I do believe the protagonists of previous Dark Souls games. So it's legitimately trying to summon everyone who has been tasked to do what we are doing now, which is to link the first flame. That's the mission of the undead in this series, and that's why they continue to rise, at least lore-wise, as far as I understand it. and I'm not a Dark Souls 3 like lore junkie by any means, but I do enjoy a bit of good storytelling, a bit of passive storytelling. I love games that do stuff like this where it's like it's not all in your face, but if you want to go searching for it, there's some good lore out there. You know, you could always watch a good YouTube video or two from some of the lore-related people in the community. I don't have any specific recommendations, I'm sorry, but I do appreciate Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls lore in general. I see playing Dark Souls 3 this run as a little training for Elden Ring. I still need to sink my teeth into that second phase. Yesterday really was just doing the first phase and kind of like mastering the first phase, so the second phase would be cleaner. And I can't believe I beat Nameless King in 4.5 hours. What's up, Vids? How are you? You got gifted a subscription the other day and in one of our membership in one of our streams. So now you can go and play on the amazing Vid-Bits Minecraft server. You can drop chiefs and smokies in chat. Shout out to Matthew for the idea of taking pictures of our cat as well. And then we have all kinds of chiefs available in our Discord server as well. But yeah, you've got a new role available on Discord, and now join the Minecraft server, which I'll after this stream I'll get the details for, and you know, figure that out. And like we've said in the past, as long as you're not gonna we have to trust, or we can trust you, and there's not gonna be any problems on the server. You're totally allowed to record content there and stuff like that. So you know, we look forward to all the awesome stuff we're going to be able to do in the Minecraft server in the future. Dad's put a whole lot of time and effort building stuff in his free time. I've built a lot of structures, so it's been fun to actually just have that as my creative project on the side when I'm not making videos. So like my gaming time when I'm not making videos is going into the realm. And those magic missiles that get me a lot of the time. And I also am double dodging and kind of like missing out on damage in certain opportunities. I like how big this blade is. It makes it so I can... Ooh, I need to run. Alright. Shit, I missed. See, that's what I was just bragging about, how good this curved greatsword was. Is like, I can be super far away and start the attack and not like... Sometimes you dedicate too close to the boss with your... Shit, I forgot about that. You dedicate... Your swing puts you way too close to the boss, you know, and you're vulnerable. Like... So I'm just trying to avoid that. I'm doing a lot better at Estus management for this first phase. I was like... The first time I had like no Estus available. It was a good bit. Here it is. Alright, first phase is down. I'm gonna do this for second phase just for extra damage. Breathe. That could be an opening there. I might need to put some levels in the dex, I'm not gonna lie. Because that's a one-shot. If I get caught by that, that attack is a one-shot. Like, I continuously die to that one, unfortunately, so I'm just trying to make a mental note so I don't make that mistake again. That's so funny. My funny thought of, what if I get gifted a sub while I'm gone? Came true. That's awesome. I'm doing well, Vids. Holy shit, I realized that the stream might have some visual problems because I was downloading stuff. Nope, we're good now. Yeah, there were a couple moments there where I saw the quality drop for a little bit because I was downloading the new DLC, so that's thanks to William. I totally appreciate that. He said he donated super chat the other day, and he was like, he said something like, what was it? He's like, I hope this can help pay for the DLC a little bit, and then he donated another super chat, and I just like, I don't know, the fact that I have people from around the world, all across the globe, who are interested in the content, like I think William's Dutch, I do believe. So it's also like, I hope this doesn't sound weird, but like it's so cool to see all the different kinds of currency, like the symbols for all the other, like all the European countries' currency, some of the African currency, like just to see different, like not a dollar sign, you know, not to just see a dollar sign all the time, like, and to know that people really, like I said, across the world have interest in the Vid-Bits and who we are. They have stake in whether, like, me and Dad succeed, and, like, that's awesome. The fact that people really care and they're, you know, here for us to that extent is just, you know, I'm still so blessed to be in that position. I should have used the gold pine bundle right there, but I accidentally cycled through them. Because I don't want to use the gold pine resin, because the gold pine resin doesn't do the same thing. It applies the longer lasting buff that takes, but it also takes longer to apply. Lightning seems to be the best here. I heard that he was susceptible to dark damage, but I'm just not seeing it. That was my fault. I really hate those little magic missile things, I guess, or like those little crystals that he fires at you, because man, are they difficult to dodge consistently. I know that running tends to be the best way to handle it, but at the same time, wow. We're level 108. So I don't know if that, like, how, you know, well leveled that is for this. See, that scales to A now, which is pretty much the same as my... No, the Butcher's Knife scales to S. It's less damage. Maybe if I were to... Maybe I should just enhance the Butcher's Knife, because I feel like I'm getting... The damage might be pretty close. Let's compare, right? With all the training, the dodge training I've been doing, let's compare what the difference is. And I don't even infuse my shields worth shit in this series. I just don't have the time to grind materials for it like that. We'll try the old reliable. Let's see how Butcher's Knife works. I know I can't use the lightning buff on it, but at the same time, my swing speed is quicker. I'm gonna let you guys decide in the comments whether you think the two-handed Exile Greatsword or this Butcher's Knife, maybe with some sort of infusion or something. I feel like I'm able to give my stamina more of a chance to recover after, like, while using the Butcher's Knife almost. It also, it does, like, scale to S, whereas the other one scales to A. Okay, that one I need to dodge back and to the right. That's how it's easiest to avoid that wave attack he was kind of doing by going back and to the right. As far as a lot of these magic attacks go, though, you just want to run around until he changes phase. I always get too into it. Like right here, I always go for damage and then get hit by those. So I'm actually glad that I missed my attack. Alright. You don't get the stuns as often, so you don't get that free damage, but I feel like I'm being a little bit more consistent with it as far as like my stamina bar goes. Oh shit. Gotcha, bitch. I hate this form. I need to just wait for him to change it. There's a reason why I remember doing, like, running around a lot during this fight, and that's because this sword phase is, until he changes that, he can get some pretty good combos on you. And gosh, that last phase, that's actually the reason why I've decided to go back to the one-handed stuff with the butcher's knife, is because that last phase, I think I need a shield to bail me out with a couple of those hits. They're just so powerful. I don't think they're like parryable or anything, but just to take the heat off me and be able to actually like dish out some damage in return is kind of important for that second phase. And if I can't get to that point, I feel like I'm able to deal a pretty even amount of damage out with the butcher's knife. It is over like, this is why I said both weapons are good. The Exile Greatsword has a really good appeal for very quick DPS over a short period of time, whereas the butcher's knife, and with a good strength leaning dex build, you know, because you only need like 16 dex to get this going. I need to just get some distance, man. He's very aggressive in this phase. He's about halfway. Maybe I just switch to this during the second phase, because I can just beat this shit. I really can use the Exile Greatsword to kind of brute force this first phase. Maybe I do a combination of both, right? Where I use this, and then once I get into the second phase, because I have to be more defensive, I change my loadout real quick. If I just add the Exile Greatsword here, do I fat roll? Yes. So it has to literally be, I have to use the Exile Greatsword, switch mid-fight when he changes. Alright, so what do you think, Vids? Should I do that? Should I switch to should I use the Exile Greatsword for phase 1, get through the first phase real quick, even possibly using like the gold bundle or whatever, to, like I said, to push that first phase real quick, and then when he does that little scripted deal, I quickly enter my inventory and switch to the butcher's knife for a more defensive run at the end, because I feel like that might be necessary. See, that's that two-step I normally do. I got hit though because I was not paying attention. See, I dodged early. I typically run a little bit, and when you're running, you can quickly like stop running and then press B to dodge. Like, my pro tip is like, if you press B to dodge too early, dedicate to a run and then turn it into a dodge instead of just dodging into your death, if that makes sense. I hope that, you know, helps somebody out there. But I've found that like I'll start pressing B too early, and I'm like, just wait 1 second later, let go, and then it'll keep me alive. I should have gone for the opening there. That secondary slash is so good for the Exile Greatsword. You can do a dodge and then just do a subsequent swing, and they stack so well. And like, if you know how stacking kind of works in Dark Souls, I don't know if that's the official term, by the way, but like when you like put in, you almost like do an input and then do the next input, because you know that the game like banks it. Like, say if I dodge and then I swing, the game's gonna know I dodged and then swung. It's not gonna just keep, you know, like they transition perfectly. If I click the swing button in the middle of my dodge, I'm still gonna do the swing, if that makes sense. So you can, like, say like I know I'm gonna hit him after this, I'm just gonna press that in the middle of my dodge. So in the middle of me dodging, I'm gonna press RB as well to bank that, like that. That's how I would explain it to newer Dark Souls player. If this is me explaining to Dad how Dark Souls kind of works in a sense sometimes, in like how I would explain that to a newcomer, that's what I'd say. That was my fault. That was very good. Very opportune DPS phase right there. Like when I realized I did a second dodge there, I pressed RB in the middle of my dodge and I still hit it. Like now, look at that stuff. Alright, backing up. Might get hit here. Yeah, I literally got... Because that's a lot. That's a lot, guys. Holy shit. Because I can't put it in my inventory. Because then I'll fat roll. So that's a no-go. I literally have to do a hot swap in the middle. Can I favorite things? Is that a thing? I can press LB and RB to change equip area. So... I can't handle this shield without fat rolling, can I? It's almost to that point. I don't even know if this is a good shield, though. What's up, cats are green? And I'm not gonna lie, I don't fucking know how this game works, lol. So what do you think, cats? Like, the Exile Greatsword is really, really strong for that first phase, but having no defense or protection for that second phase is really not ideal. That's what I'm finding. I'm like, because the burst damage that this Greatsword can deal is just fantastic. I can apply gold pine resin or even the gold pine bundle and get the electricity and get a little bit of bonus damage, and it makes it easier for the first round. But that I still haven't even really gotten to sink my teeth into that second phase because like the Greatsword lacks defense, and I don't know if I can input like perfect dodge that entire encounter. In all honesty, I don't know if I'm able to do that at this current point in my journey, right? So I want to be in that position where I'm gonna still clear this because I've obviously beat Soul of Cinder before. Like I said before I started this series for the channel, I have beat Dark Souls 3 up to Soul of Cinder, excluding Nameless King and DLC. So I've played a good bit of Dark Souls. I mean, I've spent a lot of time here, so I know that I can beat this, but it's also been so long that I know that it's going to take some training to get to, and I just need to, you know, focus up and get some things. So I might not talk as much. I'm still gonna like talk to chat and stuff when I die, and even when stuff gets real close, but I'm gonna try to focus a little bit more, even play a little more strategically, like make sure that I don't you know, get all up in his face during this phase, because I can die so much easier like especially when trying to get damage. You can get pretty decent damage with the butcher's knife during that part, but it leaves you in a vulnerable spot. So for this part, do exactly what I'm doing. Run back and to the right, and run and dodge. So sometimes I get confused between the two animations, but that one does that spread shot, and then the one above his head, that does that little magic missile. So just remember that. And then this is the crazy one. You just want to run right around this. But I unfortunately just did not fully dedicate to that sprint. Now we're back to the weapon that leaves him very vulnerable, and it's very telegraphed. But unfortunately, I did not survive. But we'll get this, guys. Thank you for being so supportive. Thank you for building hype in the chat and everything. And once again, welcome to the membership. Everyone who got one the other day, Karzak, the Vids, any of you guys who saw those notifications when you logged on and said you've been gifted a membership. That gives you access to some awesome perks here, where me and Dad have put a lot of time and effort to include you guys in the process as much as possible, and make you feel like you too can influence the ideas of what we post here, because it's the content's for you guys just as much as it is for us. Like, there's certain things that we're gonna do for us anyways. Like, we're gonna play Elden Ring, or I'm gonna definitely do Elden Ring, and I know that Dad will want to do it too. After he sees me play Elden Ring, I know he's gonna want to hop in, and he may even play with us, help us out with some bosses or something. I'm not really sure what all we're gonna do yet, but I know you guys are excited to see it because I've seen the comments. So like, I'm just leaning full force in that direction, and just trying to power through Dark Souls 3. Not that I'm not gonna enjoy it, but I'm trying to get through the rest of Dark Souls 3 so I can get on the grind in Elden Ring. That's my next project as far as like the Souls games I'm working on are Souls-like games. So for those of you who are interested in that, look forward to that in the future. I just need to breathe, relax. Shit, because I was just not close enough for those 2 hits. It was good timing and everything, just not close enough. That's that double step. He really does do a good fake out with that one. He makes you think he's doing that frontward charge, but in actuality he's doing that fake out, which it really does throw me off sometimes. Alright. Like I said, I may just for easeability, I've never claimed to be like a pro, but I may invest more into dexterity or something as I get access to more souls and everything. But then again, I burned through a lot of the souls we collected throughout the series, and even the souls that, shout out Karzak, that he gave me. Alright, I'm just gonna focus, so if I don't talk much, just know that I'm still here. I'm putting the full effort forth, and I'm gonna beat this. I see it happening. And then once we beat it, guys, we've got a bunch of other awesome stuff to look forward to today. We've got we've got Game of Day May today. We've also got a little bit of Red Dead planned at some point today. So Red Dead is gonna be my way to unwind after this, after what's been a 5.5 hour journey. starting from yesterday's timer. Alright. Alright. He's got more reach. I need to back the hell up. Oh my gosh. If he wasn't on higher terrain, I'd be dead. I promise you. If he wasn't slightly higher up on that hill or whatever, I'd be screwed. I need to remember that this phase is just one hit. My openings are just one hit. I keep trying to go for two, but I just need to go for one. I don't know why I did that. I need to back up. Switch to the... Oh no, I thought he switched to the sword. That's what you want to do, is you want to change this phase before he switches to that damn sword. Okay. Back up. Do this. I wasted so much time. I'm sorry about that one, chat. That's that unblockable one. It's when his sword gets extra, like, it almost gets extra fire. Gwyn's lightning. That shit is hard as you have to dodge forward. That's the easiest way to throw off the... Damn! In dodging, man, it's not as much of an option. Second phase is more like running, possibly using a shield, but I just need to remember when his sword gets... I need to give a little bit more space in that second phase, and when his sword gets fiery, that's when he's going to do that unblockable combo that will kill me, and it's not going to matter. So I just need to make sure I remember that. Thank you guys so much for being here. Love to see all the new people. And old people alike. Alright. Look at that. Good stuff. In the shortest amount of time so far to do that first interaction. So I'm going to back up a little bit now. I expected this. I already was ready for that change. Yeah, running is your best friend in this fight, especially considering you have a good bit of stamina. Magic time. Running back and to the right is your best friend. So you want to sprint to dodge the overhead ones, and that one you just dodge back into the right. Unfortunately, I did it too late. And this one you just want to sprint the full time, but unfortunately I also ran into some destructible hazard, or like destructible environment I mean, so do watch out for that. I did not mean to heal. Misinput! Misinput! You calm the fuck down! Come on, guys, we got this. Oh shit, he's fucking healing. You douche. You douche. Don't do that. You're not allowed. Two hits. Back up. Shit, I dedicated to an extra hit. I really want to try this. Butcher's Knife. Yeah, using LB and RB is just not good to try to navigate that. Oh. Looks like we're two-handing this. Wait, is that long shit? Yes. We did it, chat. We actually switched to it. Power move right there. Man. Oh, I thought I was dead. I thought I was dead. Gwyn's lightning. Heal. Dodge. No! It's so much stuff to keep up with. My gosh. That is so much stuff. Like one after another, just so many variables to keep up with. Like, I don't know if the Butcher's Knife is better, but at the same time, for that phase of the fight, I haven't really been able to consistently do anything. So, like, I don't know if, I mean, I'm thinking having a shield is at least going to minimize some of the damage I'm taking, and if it means I can take 2 more hits, it means I can take 2 more hits. Like, I feel like it's one of those things that his days are numbered. I think when I initially beat this, let me do some, let me cook real quick. Can I handle this? Fat rolling still, even with a loincloth on. My equip load is too high. So at least want to wear some. God, those pants are so ugly. Alright, what can I change? Let's just... Is that enough? Still fat rolling, huh? How come? Do I have a shield that has similar stats? No, I don't think anything has similar stats to that right now. Well, the equip load, like, is it my poise? 'Cause I just can't fat roll for fights like that. Still, it's the sword, not the... What's the difference, right? So if I use those two, that's at 32% versus 40-something%. So I'd have to take like 8 more spots off. Because I was thinking, right, if I could make it so I just have to change my weapon, I could totally do that. I can totally just change my weapon. And even just toggle from going one-handed to two-handed with the other weapon, or even just have it equipped. Like, what if I have the greatsword two-handing, still fat rolling? See, and that's like, I don't know how much, I guess it's this chest piece. I really like how it looks, but let's see. Let's do some... What if I were to do that? Still fat rolling. Okay. So it's not, I don't have the stats for that. Evidently I don't have the stats to do that. So I'm just gonna go back to what I was wearing with all the same stats and stuff. I think I was using the cell sword pants. And it's a pretty decent armor set. Yeah, just go back to no shield. Indeed, guys, mad unfortunate. A bad start. I'm just gonna let him kill me. I see a bad. I know a bad start when I see one. All right. I feel a little bit more confident. If there's anybody out there who's like a Dark Souls pro or has a bunch of information where they feel like they could give me some sort of push in the right direction, I'd love to know. I don't think there's any sort of parryable spots I could learn or anything. I've kind of looked into that. Dumb. Alright, run! Shit. Alright. Run. Okay, he just ate that fireball. Shit. Phase 1 down, baby. I'm just sticking with it, guys. Sticking with the process. Not changing anything this time, just knowing that it's easiest if I just give myself distance, especially with that attack. That was a grab. Forward. Gwyn's lightning means forward. We're getting in that unparryable territory. Gwyn's lightning, forward. Through it. Forward. Okay. That's that unblockable. Good stuff, guys. We got farther in the fight. We're further in the fight. I learned more. I was more consistent dodging the lightning bolt. I was better at dodging that unblockable attack. That's progress, chat. Yeah, it's alright if you're AFK for a minute, Vids. Totally understandable, dude. Take your time. I'm just happy to have you guys here with me. We're making progress, guys. Just breathe. You know, if you guys need, get some water. Go get a bit of a snack or something. Get some popcorn. I need to get distance. This phase intimidates me. As long as I'm moving, one dodge will suffice. I shouldn't have gone for damage there. He's gonna eat it. Yep. Until he changes phase, I'm just disengaging. It's crazy. I just called that shit. As long as you're sprinting, and when you hit him, I've learned that hit you all of those to just defend him and hit you. So you just want to continue moving around until he ends that magic phase. So you skip those two phases entirely, really. Or sometimes you'll do enough damage to be in phase 2 before you even really start that. Before any of those, you know, before any of the weapon changes. He's healing too. Shit. Nice cartwheel. I should have dodged again. Should have dodged again. He just does that thing over and over again. He doesn't give a shit. You just have to learn that it's not about how fast you want to do things. It's about how fast he's gonna let you. Like, why did I get hit by that? I wasn't even fucking close. Sometimes some of those area of effect bullshits, just the hit scan on the fire in this game. One of my, in Souls games in general is one of my only problems. I've heard it's a lot better in Dark Souls, or in Elden Ring, I mean. So I look forward to that being less of a problem. He's getting really aggro. What? Luckily that's not a one hit. It might as well be though if you're not ready for once you stand up. Oh fuck. This is probably a wash. I've used so many Estus, and yep, it's I mean, in all, I know when a run is pretty much dead. And this is about as dead as they get. Letting him heal multiple times, wasting Estus. Yep. Fuck. Yeah, I'm definitely at the point where I see that it's best to be aggressive. It's just there's such a fine line between being aggressive and having that pay off. You know, sometimes it doesn't pay off entirely. Like you're, you know, in a way you're just kind of waiting, like for that perfect time to get all the damage in the right the right amount of time. You know. Good stuff. See, like that's exactly what you want. To start this, you definitely want a phase like that. I also just try to go and break all those destructible things so they don't hurt me later down the line. That's why you see me doing what I'm doing now, is I'm kind of just biding my time and breaking all those destructible things so they don't become a problem. because just for me personally, I just struggle sometimes when the magic comes around, to not accidentally get stuck on those. I switched back to that. He caught me off guard. That one was quicker than I thought it would be. That was the one time I accidentally jumped. I never do that, chat. I never really have the problem of jumping on accident and that getting me killed. But literally right there, I just jumped. Like, jumping is one of the more useless mechanics in Dark Souls 3 as far as combat is concerned. It's more like traversing areas and getting secrets and unlocking materials and stuff. Like, it's never really useful for just general fighting. If there's anyone on Xbox who would be cool to give me some embers, I would be totally fine with that. I'd like to be embered up for this fight, but I mean, I don't have any left, and I unfortunately bought a good bit of them from my Shrine Maiden already. Like, I know each ash that you get gives you access to more and more of them, but I've gotten all the ashes up until this point, and I think I've used all of my used all of my shards. Not shards, you know what I mean. Yeah? We're playing this game now? Chat, we have not seen this. We have not seen that pattern where he just decides to do that shit. Where he just decides to hit me with the fucking 8 to 10 of the same move over and over again. Did I get too far away? Did I hit a certain point where it's like, when you evade him for too long, he's just like, yeah, you're not allowed to do that anymore. That's just... wow. We're at the 1 hour point today. It's alright. It's gonna happen. We're doing better than we did yesterday. We know more than we did yesterday. That's all that matters. Alright. It's a waiting game. Breathe. Distance yourself. Especially from these first two attacks. I don't know why the hell I thought I had to get right in it. I think there might be an opening after this one. Yes, that's choreographed, or telegraphed is the word. Those are good. Hit the ground. You don't want to get too close to him. He's trying to bait. He almost tries to bait you to get too close. And that looks like you could get a hit. Not worth it. Maybe one of those. Maybe. Oh, I hadn't seen that one yet. Yes. Big heals. Big heals right there, chat. No! Good RNG, good RNG, good RNG. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. That's the fiery attack. Yes! Yes! Woo! Yes! Sorry. Audio warning. Yes. Holy shit, guys. With the last gold pine bundle, I put it all together, and we did it. After what has now been 6.5 hours, we did it. With your support, we did it. Let's fucking go. Wow. Oh my gosh, my heart is pounding. Now to just admire the view. That was the one. I felt it. It's weird. When it's the one, when it really is, and you're a Dark Souls player and you've been playing, man, when it's the time for you to beat it, you'll feel it. Your heart will be pounding. It'll be pounding out of your chest. You'll be having to remind yourself how to breathe. You'll be going into manual breathing mode. You'll be telling your, like, I have to remind myself when the lightning comes, dodge forward, damn it, dodge forward. So now I'm gonna go back because I think there is a, like, if I would have accidentally, like, done too much that would end the storyline or whatever, and I don't want to do that. We are going into the DLC. I think I'm not entirely sure how we start the DLC, but since we got Soul of Cinder done within the first hour, we're going right into some more DLC. Big hype. I'm so excited about that. Does anybody know? I guess I should travel to Firelink first. Just kind of revel in that a little bit. Now, is it going to be that bonfire at Soul of Cinder that's going to transport me to the DLC, or how am I going to get there? Oh my gosh, that's just crazy sauce right there. I'm surprised Chief didn't get all riled up when I screamed like that. You know, sometimes he gets all hyped when I get high energy. I just knew it, dude. I told you guys last night, after the 5 hours of trial and error last night, I said, I know that I'm going to get it tomorrow. I knew that I really wanted to get it in the first session, but it was important that that ultimately I did it then. But wow, that is just an exhilarating feeling. You can get an ending before DLC if you would like. You just have to choose to not start Journey 2. Oh, thank you so much. I'm actually glad that you clarified that. Just because I didn't want to accidentally, like, do the wrong thing, you know? I just didn't want to accidentally make it so I wouldn't be able to get into DLC. Ashes of Arendelle starts in the church that is before Deacons of Deep. There's an old man you can talk to. Which came out first, or which is intended to be done first? That's my next question. Which DLC should I do next? Or yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna spend these souls. Good luck with the DLCs. Fun times ahead. They're good. I heard they're short, but I'm glad that they're good. Shout out to you know, Tiger Cloud. I appreciate the hype in the chat, and cats are green. But yeah, so cats, where would I? So first I need to. Oh, what do I get for? Can I make that sword? Because I do believe that's what you use. Yeah, Firelink Greatsword. Is it good? Nameless King gives you this. Curved sword. See, because during my whole journey, I didn't use any of them, and I legitimately, it's such a cool moment for me, because I used all of the souls, really, from the bosses, up until the point, to power up for that fight against Soul of Cinder. Like, I literally almost did some Dragon Ball shit, where after the fight with all of these different guys, I consumed their power, and, like, used it to be able to go forward and, like, take on the bigger bad. And that was just, like, so satisfying to me, to at the end of the day, to have that feeling, like, to know that, like, legitimately I just, like, it was such a building point up until, you know, when I just beat Soul of Cinder. I don't know if you guys are new and you've just started watching the lives, but, you know, I've beat all of the game up until this point, and I'll make sure to update the playlist and everything. I know someone pointed out I accidentally skipped the old fire demon, but that's one of the more boring bosses, if I remember, so I don't feel like I missed out on too much. If someone really is, like, that pressed about it, at the very end of everything, I'll go through New Game Plus and beat the old fire demon, but I'm not too concerned about that. I'm not sure if it's good or not, but it does look cool. Ashes came out first, and once you complete it, it will teleport you to the Ring City. So, well, that looks like it's what we're doing. I'm not sure if it's good, but it does look cool. Yeah, I'm gonna take that as a memento. Definitely gonna get the Firelink Greatsword to remember that. Let's see what the internet said. Is the Firelink Greatsword good? To my surprise, it's a pretty good weapon. Unfortunately, the only thing separating it from other Greatsword's movesets is its weapon art. At first it seems slow and too situational, but in actuality it is surprisingly effective. The trick is adjusting to the timing and predicting your opponent's moves via the Spirit Force on Reddit 7 years ago. So, like I always say, it's those 7 or 8 year old Reddit posts that answer those questions that you've been wondering. So, supposedly it's pretty decent. Let's see about the Nameless King's sword. The Storm Sword is considered a good weapon from the Nameless King. It has a quick cast speed and most curved swords are strong. Some say it has good DPS and is easy to wield. However, one reviewer says the most curved swords perform poorly against armor. I'm going to go take Chief out real quick and quickly grab a water. I implore you guys to also go grab a water. So we'll be right back, and then we'll quickly get into the DLC and the ending. So prepare yourselves. We'll go pick the ending of our Dark Souls 3 journey, and then proceed onto the DLC, the Ashes of Arendelle and the Ring City. Alright, fellas, we're back. Sorry for the wait. Is the Dragon Slayer Sword Spear better than the Storm Curve Sword? Let's see what Google says. Dragon Slayer Storms... What was it? Dragon Slayer Sword Spear? So, the Dragon Slayer Sword Spear or the Storm Curve Sword? This post says, from the official fandom, Storm Curve Sword sucks sweaty donkey balls. Well, I'm glad that I'm not interested in that. I wouldn't want to get the thing that sucks sweaty donkey balls. He's dead? Easier to be detected by enemies. Why would you ever want to do that? Chat, why would you ever... Definitely finish the main game to your satisfaction first. Okay. So I'm just gonna go and get our ending then. That makes sense to me. I'm trying to think of what I want to do, right? Because... Do we link the first flame, chat? I can't wait to get the alternate endings on my subsequent playthroughs, like ending 3, where you have to talk to a bunch of NPCs and stuff. You know what? I think it was meant to be. I think the cycle continues, the cycle repeats, and as much as I think I have control over it, I've ultimately been destined as an ashen one and the cursed undead. I've been tasked to link this flame this whole time, and ultimately I think it's right to link the first flame. It might be a hard decision to make for some, might be a little selfless, but at the end of the day, the fire must continue to burn. Because if the Lords of Cinder couldn't do it, then it must mean that I was destined to do it. Spoiler warning. I love that ending. It's very poetic. And there it is, guys. Dark Souls 3. To link the first flame. Reach the first flame ending. Thank you for Hidetaka Miyazaki. Like I said earlier, I look forward to the subsequent streams where we go through the DLC. Shout out to Katsar Green for explaining how to get into the DLC. That'll definitely be coming shortly, likely tomorrow. Dark Souls 3 is just a masterclass in what it is to be a good, challenging game. What it is to be a game that the developers themselves want to play. Here at the Vid-Bits, we are all about showcasing these kind of games. Though they may not be for everyone, they are so incredibly monumental and important in the grand scheme of the industry. And that's why I played this game. That's why I have to play Elden Ring. That's why I can't wait to play that game's DLC as well. These games have been so influential in the industry. Look at all the games now, all the Souls-likes and Soulsborne inspired games that are out there now because this game existed, because Dark Souls 1 existed. You know what I mean? Like, it's so incredibly amazing to me to feel the satisfaction that comes with beating a game like this. I know there's DLC, but that's just, it's like, I think that legitimately Cuphead does a really good job of explaining it. The delicious last course. It's like, it's the last course in this awesome meal that you had, and that's what a DLC should be. It should be 3 to 5 to possibly 10 hours of more content where it's not bigger than the whole game, but it's just as important as the overall project. That is ultimately what a DLC should be. And I'm already anticipating this DLC because it's just more of what I want from this. It's just more awesome Dark Souls goodness. So how could I not want that? How could I not want to watch, play some more DLC? Because it does feel like a movie. It's so cinematic that when I play this game, that when I make those pixel perfect, or like near pixel perfect inputs, when I learn the pattern, when I put it all together, and I finally learn what it is to know how to beat this boss, that muscle memory, you never unlearn that. It's like riding a bike. I always say, like, video game accomplishments and video game muscle memory, like, I can come back to games that I've beaten, and some of the experiences, it has been like riding a bike. It has been like visiting a friend that visited them. Like, back when I beat this game initially, I did not get the level of satisfaction that I've even got from it subsequently. So shout out to everyone who had a part in making this game possible. Ultimately, it's had an unbelievable impact on my life, my learning patience. Man, is it hard to be patient. It is so very hard in this life to be patient. But to be able to have a game that almost forces you to learn patience. It puts you in that position where if you're not patient, you're not going to succeed. And if you don't call yourself out on your, like, when you do something wrong, when you make a mistake, you call yourself out, you look forward and see how you can not make that same mistake again, and that's all that matters. If you learn from a mistake, then it was not a mistake at all. It was a learning opportunity. And I've been saying that to a lot of people in my life recently, and that's because I see that now. A game like this, a video game, taught me patience. And that's why this series, the first episode, the first 2 streams actually, is called Dark Souls 3, the game that taught me patience. Because that's what it is. It's learning how to be patient, and learn patience. Sorry that I messed that up. I know I'm in the midst of an inspirational speech and all, but ultimately, you too can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. Any passion, legitimately, any passion that you have, you will be able to accomplish. I know it. I believe in you. And because I believe in you, there's nowhere but up for you to go. There is nowhere but up. But with that, I am so happy. I'm truly jumping for joy. I'm excited to really sink my teeth into the DLC. Thank you guys so much for your support today. Shout out to Katsar Green, Tiger Cloud, and everyone else who stopped in throughout the duration of the stream. But I'm going to play some Red Dead here in a little bit, so stay tuned for that. But as always, it's been Brave from the Vid-Bits. Peace.